This is Italian football lover channel, my friends. Today I want to make predictions match day 16 games of EPL. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Thanks so much. Let's start from the Chelsea Everton game. Everton got back-to-back victories in away games. They won versus Bournemouth and Manchester United 1-0 in the recent two away games. Everton won versus 3-0. Nottingham Forest in last match at home. They are on the 5th spot. Really, I wouldn't expect that much from Everton team. Cheers and acclaims to this Everton team. And Chelsea is going to be at home. Chelsea got back-to-back draws. They stayed draw against 1-1 Arsenal in last match at home. But before they won versus 3-0 Wolverhampton at home. Chelsea remained draw against 0-0 Bournemouth in last away game. Last season Chelsea won against Everton 1-0 at home. This is going to be so hard and challenging game, my dear friends. This game may end up in draw. Draw is possible and probable in that match. But Chelsea is on the 4th spot, by the way. But I feel in that way, just by 1 goal margin, after a so hard clash, Chelsea will win over against Everton. Chelsea 1, Everton 0 is my prediction for this game. Second game, Liverpool-Brighton. Last season, Liverpool won versus Brighton 2-1 at home. And Liverpool stayed draw against Sunderland 1-1 in last match at home before they lost against 3-0 Nottingham Forest at home. Liverpool stayed draw against 3-3 Leeds United in last away game. And this Brighton team is playing better at home. They stayed draw against Palace 0-0 in away game. Brighton won versus 2-0 Forest in last away game. But they lost against 4-3 Aston Villa in last match at home. This is going to be again so hard clash. Under the management of Arne Slot, I don't count on this Liverpool team. But nevertheless, with home advantage, just by one goal margin, I want to take a chance to Liverpool for victory. Liverpool 2, Brighton 1 is my prediction for this game. Third game, Burnley-Fulham. Burnley is going to be at home. And Burnley is second to last on the point table. They are in so hard relegation battle. Burnley is so poor team. But they are playing a little bit better at home. Nevertheless, they lost against 2-0 Chelsea at home. They lost against 1-0 Crystal Palace in last match at home. Burnley lost against 2-1 Newcastle in last away game. Fulham is better team than Burnley, but Fulham got just one victory in away games. They won versus 2-1 Tottenham in last away game. Before Fulham won versus 1-0 Sunderland at home. They lost against 4-1 City at home. Fulham lost against 2-0 Everton in away game. My dear friends, in the last game played between all of these two teams ended up in 2-2 draw, Burnley-Fulham game. Fulham is seeming a little bit closer to victory. They are better team than Burnley, but I feel in that way Burnley is going to be so resistant. Because of that, draw is going to be my prediction, draw. Burnley 1, Fulham 1. And another game, Arsenal-Wolverhampton. Arsenal is going to be at home. Arsenal is at the top position in EPL. But my dear friends, they are just 2 points ahead of Manchester City. City is on the 2nd spot. Arsenal stayed draw against Sunderland 2-2 in away game. They remained draw against 1-1 Chelsea in away game. But they lost against 2-1 Aston Villa in last away game. Chelsea won versus 2-0 Brentford in last match at home. They won against 4-1 Tottenham at home. And this Wolverhampton team is at the bottom of the point table. They are the single team that couldn't get any victory this season in EPL. They are going to get a victory somewhere, but I don't know where. This Wolverhampton team lost against 3-0 Chelsea in away game. They lost against 1-0 Villa in away game. Wolverhampton lost against Nottingham Forest 1-0 in last match at home, my dear friends. This is going to be so easy game for Arsenal. They will win over against Wolverhampton easily. And last season Arsenal won against Wolverhampton 2-0 at home. But my prediction, Arsenal 3, Wolverhampton 0 is for this game. Crystal Palace Manchester City off. Crystal Palace is going to be at home. Last season Palace City game ended up in 2-2 draw. This is going to be so hard clash. Palace is so dangerous team, but they lost against 2-1 Manchester United in last match at home before they stayed draw against Brighton 0-0 at home, my dear friends. And Crystal Palace team won versus 2-0 Wolverhampton in away game. They won against 1-0 Burnley in away game. Palace is playing a little bit better in away games. And this Manchester City team won versus 4-1, 5-4 Fulham in last away game. But before City lost against 2-1 Newcastle in away game, City is playing better at home. They won versus 3-0 Liverpool at home. They won against 3-0 Sunderland in last match at home. So hard clash is awaiting us. Draw is possible And draw is probable in that game. Please don't forget that, my dear friends. But City is playing for the title. Because of that, just by 1 goal margin, I want to take a chance to City for victory. Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 2 is my prediction for this game. Sunderland, Newcastle off. Sunderland is going to be at home. Sunderland got no defeat at home this season thus far. They are playing better at home. Sunderland stayed draw against Arsenal 2-2 at home. They won versus 3-2 Bournemouth in last match at home. But Sunderland lost against 3-0 City in last away game. Newcastle could get just 1 victory in away games. Newcastle is playing way more better at home. They stayed draw against 2-2 Tottenham at home. They won versus 2-1 Burnley at home. Newcastle won versus 4-1 Everton in last away game. But before they lost against 3-1 Brentford and West Ham in away games, my dear friends. This is going to be so hard clash. I see that. I feel in that way. Newcastle is seeming little bit closer to victory than Sunderland. But Sunderland is so dangerous team at home. Because of that, my dear friends, draw is my prediction, draw. Sunderland 2, Newcastle 2. And another game, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham off. Nottingham Forest is going to be at home. They are in so poor situation. They are so close to relegation zone. Forest won versus 3-0 Liverpool in away game, but they lost against Everton 3-0 in last away game. Forest won versus 3-1 Leeds United at home. But they lost against 2-0 Brighton in last match at home. Tottenham sometimes is playing better in away games. Tottenham got the victory at home after a long time by winning against 2-0 Brentford in last match at home. This Tottenham team, my dear friends, lost against 4-1 Arsenal in away game. But before Tottenham won versus 3-0 Everton in away game, my dear friends. And my dear friends, so hard clash is awaiting us. Last season Forest won against Tottenham 1-0 at home. Maybe draw is possible in that game, but just by 1 goal margin, I want to take a chance to Tottenham for victory. Nottingham Forest 1, Tottenham 2 is my prediction for this game. Another game, West Ham United, Aston Villa. Off. Aston Villa became up to the 3rd position in EPL. They are just 3 points back of Arsenal. Aston Villa is showing us crazy performances as of lately. They got back-to-back victories. They won versus 4-0 Bournemouth at home. They won against 1-0 Wolverhampton at home. They won versus 2-1 strong opponent Arsenal in last match at home. And Villa won versus 2-1 Leeds United in away game. They won against 4-3 Brighton in last away game. They are in so good situation. And West Ham is going to be at home. They are 3rd to last on the point table. They are in so hot relegation battle. West Ham team won versus 3-2 Burnley at home, but they lost against 2-0 Liverpool in last match at home. West Ham stayed draw against 1-1 Manchester United in last away game. Last season Villa won versus West Ham 2-1 in away game. Nevertheless, this is going to be so hard clash. I feel in that way West Ham will force Aston Villa significantly, but under these circumstances, Aston Villa is so strong and quality team, and they are at top form as of lately. Because of that, I want to take a chance to Aston Villa for victory. West Ham United 2, Aston Villa 3 is my prediction for this game. At Brentford, Leeds United. Leeds United is playing better at home, but they are so close to relegation zone. They stayed draw against 3-3 Liverpool in last match at home. They won against 3-1 Chelsea at home, but Leeds United team lost against 3-1 Nottingham Forest in away game. They lost against 3-2 Manchester City in away game. Brentford team is playing way more better at home. They won versus 3-1 Newcastle and Burnley in the recent 2 games at home, but Brentford lost against 2-0 Arsenal and Tottenham in the recent 2 away games. I feel in that way Brentford will make the advantage of playing at home. They will win over against Leeds United. Brentford 2, Leeds United 0 is my prediction for this game. Manchester United Bournemouth, this is the last match of the week. In the recent 2 games, Bournemouth won against Manchester United 3-0 in away games with same results. But Bournemouth is playing better at home. Nevertheless, they are showing us poor performances as of lately. They lost against 1-0 Everton at home. They stayed draw against 0-0 Chelsea at home. Bournemouth lost against Sunderland 3-2 in last away game, my dear friends. And United team stayed draw against West Ham 1-1 in last match at home. Before they lost against 1-0 Everton at home. United won versus 2-1 Palace in away game. This is going to be so hard clash, my dear friends. Bournemouth will force United significantly. Maybe draw is possible in that game. But I feel in that way somehow, after a so challenging game just by 1 goal margin, I want to take a chance to Manchester United for victory. Manchester United 3, Bournemouth 2 is my prediction for this game. all my predictions like this for match day 16 games of EPL. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, and please click on the like button. That makes me so glad. See you on my next videos, my dear friends. Bye!